So you'll see the power of that, because if you have different data sources, you can pull from each other to consolidate it into one big data source with more and augmented data. So this is going to be a very simple example. Let's say you have a file with hotels, a file with what kind of rooms each one of those hotels have, and then a file with some codes. So to save space, you code the rooms, for example. Let's see what that looks like. So I'm just going to export and import 3 files: hotels, rooms, and room codes. And I'm just going to paste this in R. They're coming from comma separated values. You can always click on import right here and from text and actually bring those files in. But for now, I'm just going to bring them directly here. I'm going to run this code. Let's look at those different files just to see what they look like. Okay, we always want to look at our data. So let's first look at hotels. So hotels, I have 4 hotels. These are the zip codes, these are the names, and these are the street addresses. Let's look at what rooms has. I'm going to run this. Rooms have, for example, in hotel 1, I have 3 rooms, room ID 1, 2, and 3, and the room code is 1K, 2Q, 2Q, and then the price is 150, 175, 175, and one's booked and the other 2 are not. In hotel 2, for example, I have 2 rooms with code 1K, and they're 150 each, and so on and so forth. Now, what are our codes? Well, these are the room codes. So wherever it said 1K, it's actually not one kind, but 1 king bed. In 1Q is 1 queen bed, and so on and so forth. Okay, so one of the things that I can do now is I can tie, for example, I have a question. How many rooms that are with 2 queen beds do I have available? So for that, we're gonna remember this question. How many 2 queen beds do I have available in my hotels? Well, the first thing we want to do is to bring the Doppler library. We're going to run this. And then here's the thing, and I'm going to do this. We're going to pull one that says, all rooms, for example. Okay? And that is going to be, I'm going to do what's called an inner join. Because this is a basic R video, just to master this, inner join has a special meaning, which means it's going to cross-reference all the hotels with all possible rooms. And it's going to match them if a condition is met. So what I'm going to do the inner join in, what am I going to cross-reference? I'm going to cross-reference all the records in my hotels data frame with all the records in my rooms data frame, and what is going to be the glue that joins them, the column that joins them. Well, if we saw this earlier, let's view hotels once again. Hotels has an hotel ID, and rooms, if I view rooms again, they also have a hotel ID, right? So that's going to be the glue that sticks them together. Okay, so hotels are going to be joined by rooms in a column named hotel ID. That means that if hotels has a hotel ID of 1, and I have several rooms with a hotel ID of 1, those rooms belong to hotel ID 1, right? So hotel ID is the column that is present in both tables because it's the link between the 2 tables. So I'm going to run this command. And now what I want to do is view what this all rooms looks like. So I'm going to run that. And you can see I have now the full hotel information repeated 3 times because there were 3 rooms in this hotel, right? For hotel ID 1. And the rooms 1, 2, and 3 with 1K, 2Q, and 2Q, right? And here were their prices, and here was their occupancy. Now, I can go further with this. Let's say I forgot what the codes meant. So I can say all rooms, okay? It's going to be an inner join of all rooms, but whatever I have before, whatever I just saw, and the room codes. And I'm going to join this time. The column that they have in common is the room code column, okay? Again, if we see the rooms here, rooms have a room code up here. And our codes, if I view this, our codes have a room code up here. That's the column that joins them. Okay? So for this, it's important that there's a column that joins the two tables. If the names are different between one table and the other one, then you can specify a vector with the names of the columns here. All right, so let's join this by room code. All right, let's view now all rooms. I'm going to view all rooms to see what it looks like. And look at this. Now we have as many instances of the hotel as I have rooms. And then at the very end, I also have what each code means, because it joined the table with the actual codes of each of the rooms. Now, this is not interesting if we cannot do stats or we cannot do observations here. Remember our original question, how many 2 queen beds do I have available in my hotels? Well, for that, I can do the following. I can do a variable called 2Q for 2 queens, and I'm gonna take all data, and in the Dippler fashion, I'm gonna say then, I'm gonna filter by room code equals 2Q. I know that that's the code for 2 queens. And then, I'm going to group by hotel ID, for example, okay? And then I'm going to summarize, and then what I want is the count, and the function that goes in summarize for the count is n open and close parentheses. So I'm going to run this command. Whoops. All rooms, not all data, sorry. All rooms is my main data source. So I'm going to run this. And then here, oh, I've used equals instead of 2 equals, sorry. This is good because you will see some of these errors too. So room code is equals to 2Q. It's not an assignment, it's a comparison. All right, and then what I want to do is, well, let's view 2Q. And I can see Hotel 1 has 2 queen bedrooms, Hotel 3 has 2 rooms with 2 queen bedrooms. Hotel 3 has 1 room with 2 queen bedrooms. Hotel 4 has 3 rooms with 2 queen bedrooms. And Hotel 2 is not even here, has none. And that is correct with my file. If I want to see the hotels again, or the rooms again, I see that Hotel 2 has 1 king, 1 king. That's all of Hotel 2, no queens, right? So now, not only I am filtering and stuff, but I'm getting statistics. Now, let's say I want to get the average price of a 2 queen bedroom in my hotels. So I'm going to say 2q.price, okay? That's going to be my variable name. And that's going to be, again, with all rooms. That's what I'm going to use. And then I'm going to filter by those that have a room code of 2Q. And then I'm going to group by hotel ID. Okay, I'm going to group by hotel ID. And then I'm going to summarize. And the function that I'm going to get is the mean of the price. Okay, the mean of the price. So I'm going to run this. and I can now view 2Q price. And you can see that Hotel 1, the average price of a 2-queen bedroom is 175, at Hotel 3 is 200, and at Hotel 4 is 250. So now we can start getting statistics from this. You can treat this 2Q price or this 2Q or all rooms just like any other data frame. You can use Dipler in it, you can use average, you can plot histograms, you can do all the things that you want to do, and you have joined 3 data sources together, which is the important thing here. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It is very introductory, but more complicated examples are coming up.